Hey, how you doing? Brad here. So yes, I did file to run for charter review in District 4. So if you live in that district, you will see me on your ballot this November. And just stay tuned for future updates with that. But I wanted to basically just show you a piece of history. And it's kind of a forgotten piece of history or not really well known. And I didn't really learn this till just a few years ago. Now, my granddad, he served in World War II, so he was in the Navy, and he was a Navy Seabee. Now, the Seabees are the construction arm of the Navy. So when, like he was in the South Pacific. So when they would go in, the Marines would go in and take over an island, kick the Japanese out. The Seabees were there right in after them, plowing runways and doing the necessary infrastructure for putting a base on the island or whatever. Now, I wanted to show you, so there was a number of things that I inherited that he had acquired. Souvenirs, here's his helmet. And it was one of these that struck my interest. It's like, what is that? And it's this this knife right here. So this is a handmade knife that was made on one of the Liberty ships as the servicemen went from the mainland into the South Pacific. Now, here is the modern day rendition of the Marine fighting knife. So this was made by K-Bar, and K-Bar had the contract to supply all the knives for the military. So this is a modern rendition of the Marine fighting knife. Those back then, and you can still buy them today, but they would have a leather handle. This is like a grippy rubber. But anyway, K-Bar wasn't able to produce all the knives that were needed because our military right before World War II was about the same size as Portugal's military. So it was very small, and we had to ramp up and go from a small military to a military of millions of servicemen and women. So, so they weren't able to keep up with the demands by the United States government. And just a side note on K-Bar, if you have Cutco kitchen knives, that is the same company. So if you see the Cutco salesperson or whatever at Costco, yes, that is the same company that made this knife and made the knives back then for the service members. So anyway, because they weren't able to keep up with the production demands, the Liberty ships had the machinists on the ships produce knives for the servicemen. And so this is one of those knives. And this one here is just a really well-made knife. There is never one that's exactly the same as the other. These were all individually handmade. And this one here is actually quite unique. You know, it has the Bowie shape to it. It also has the blood groove, which is actually quite rare for this kind of knife. Many of these knives were very simple. Now this one was definitely very well made. So the handles on these knives, like this one here, is made out of plexiglass. And I've seen a number of different types of knives that were made, and they would have different colors. Yeah, it's really neat. So, and then this has the plexiglass sheath, and so it's very interesting. It was all drilled out, and then it has copper wiring that that holds it together, because it's just two pieces. And yeah, so anyway, these knives were, like I said, handmade on the ships as they went over into the South Pacific. So yeah, just kind of a unique part of history that you don't really see or know about, but I thought that I would share that with you. And as we go into Memorial Day weekend, just take time to reflect and thank God for those that gave the ultimate sacrifice for our freedoms. I know that Memorial Day has kind of turned into, we memorialize people that have just gone on before us, but it was really set aside for those that did give the ultimate sacrifice. So yeah, so just take time and reflect, and yeah, hope you have a great day, and I'll be seeing you soon.